scatter in the way of not involved with involvement or non-involvement, step back or not stepping back. Scattering step back from the stepping back itself. It is pure power. Step back from the stepping back itself is the natural extinction. This is the power of natural extinction of the purification for samsara. That which has nothing to do with engagement or disengagement. This is itself the natural extinction. And scattering is the power. In this way, whether it is lighter cases of karma or heavy cases can be purified, can be broken through. Otherwise, it's impossible to break through all the heavy karma of samsara. To use just scattering or just natural extinction alone cannot do the purification. To help unwind, it needs both scattering, which is the power, and the natural extinction, which is that which has nothing to do with engagement or disengagement. This is called samabat sunyata, the purification of the natural extinction with the power of scattering it. When helping unwind, don't use focusing, because that is a selection, being specific. When helping unwind, don't use focuses. Nirodha or natural extinction doesn't focus, is not being specific. Looking at something doesn't mean that you have to focus on it. It's further than the object. There are many bodhisattvas, but the rare one is the one who blessed since being born. That means there has been some sort of intensification in blessing, in helping unwind for samsara since before, which is dissolving karma beforehand, before being born. Unlike those who came before, they came with karma and they didn't know how to clear out the karma, how to unlock the karma. Because Luang Po hasn't have the conclusion for us how to help samsara. But the riddle has been unlocked. Therefore, all those who are going to be born, they will clear their karma before being born. Otherwise, they will be born with all the preoccupation with karma and being infatuated, which is a waste of time. And if we do the clearing of karma later on, it's like difficult. Paying back karma and helping unwind the beings is also difficult. Doing both is difficult. So before being born, just clear out the karma. Then helping unwind for samsara will be easier. not involved within the non-involvement itself, together with awakening simultaneously. Not involved within the non-involvement itself, simultaneously with awakening and scattering, simultaneously with everything. With this is we break through. Breaking through by the natural extinction that is scattered throughout everything. Those who came to be born first is good with all the conclusions, but those who are still in the intangible form, they are also refining their great compassion. They also helping unwind accordingly, like us, and it is evenly. They're listening evenly. They acknowledge the messages equally. However, the humans, they are so much preoccupied, so it's more difficult. But those non-humans, they are faster right now, because they also helping unwind while listening at this time. Unlike those who came to be born before, they came together with their karmic difficulties. That's why it is difficult. Suffering is there, but it is not restrained. Because the opening is more than staying still. Therefore, it is releasing sufferings, and it is bygone. Suffering and it is bygone. It is not kept in. Everyone is the same. We have to look at the point of giving and sharing for samsara. Suffering is there, but it is bygone. Without giving and sharing, it will turn into restraining the suffering. Keeping the suffering in, it is not bygone. Just shift a little bit into giving, into unwinding. Just looking at the essential code that is given. How to give those enemies, those karmic debtors. You need to use ahosi, which is lacking of ahosi to itself. You have to return to ahosi, to the ahosi itself, forgive the forgiveness itself, the forgiving. Not just forgive, but forgive the forgiving itself as well. This is self-purification in the forgiving. You will need to return to that point. Recall like this. Forgive even the forgiving itself. Ahosi, the ahosi itself. And use the nature of the essence, not involved within the non-involvement itself. If the OC doesn't purify itself, it will be something that one has to resist and have to hold it like a clutch. Therefore, make a conclusion as giving. for samsara. For those who has the karmic involved parties will be dissolved such difficulties in feelings for them or with them because of the quarrels in the past. In the beginning, there must be something that you may resist. You have to hold your grudge. But later on, all that conflict will be dissolved naturally. But those who still have competitive mind, that is the causes, which is making oneself unable to let go. When you begin to give and to share, helping unwind, there will be purification. No matter how many parties there are in conflict, will be dissolved naturally.